Early in the war, Turing had found himself attracted to a young mathematician and Bletchley cryptanalyst called Joan Clark.
I suppose the fact that I was a woman made me different. We did do some things together, perhaps went to the cinema and so on. But certainly it was a surprise to me when he said, I think his words probably were, would you consider marrying me? But although it was a surprise, I really didn't hesitate in saying yes.
It is a well-known phenomenon that man, as being endowed with consciousness and memory, cannot imitate chance perfectly, and it is the cryptologist's task, among other things, to discover and make proper use of these deviations from chance. Alan Turing deliberately impacted World War II by advising the Allied forces into important Nazi strategy and movements, which has been estimated to have cut down the war by 2 to 4 years and saved the lives of about 14 million people. Turing played a significant role in breaking the Enigma code, which was a secret communication system used by the Germans during World War II. The Enigma machine was grounded on 3 physical rotors and a plug board that swapped pairs of letters, making it extremely difficult to crack. However, Turing took it upon himself to design the bomb machine to help speed up the decryption process. His attack was based on the use of cribs, which involved comparing patterns of the encrypted message in a known portion of plain text. This approach was mechanized with the invention of the bomb, which increased throughput and became a major success. Turing's name is associated by most as part of the wartime operations of Britain's cryptologists at Bletchley Park, where he oversaw and inspired the effort to decrypt ciphers generated by Nazi Germany's Enigma machine, which had before seemed to be completely unbreakable. Many of us first heard of Alan Turing thanks to the success of the film The Imitation Game, translated in many countries as the Enigma machine. Until then, his name was known only in computing circles. In fact, he's considered one of their most important pioneers. Enigma was the brand name of a commercial cipher machine that was used by German armed forces and intelligence in the mid-1920s to encrypt messages to be sent via Morse code. Later on, a plug board was added to the Enigma machines, which were being used at the time by the military to majorly strengthen the security. The Enigma machine had a set of rotors, also known as wheels, which were responsible for scrambling the plaintext into ciphertext. The Enigma machine used by the Army and Air Force selected 3 wheels out of a set of 5, while the naval Enigmas chose from a set of 8 wheels. To ensure security, the wheel settings were frequently altered using specific key sheets that were distributed to various networks. To encode and decode messages, operators used a keyboard and a lamp board that illuminated letters based on the selected key sheets. Straddling on the line between mechanical and electrical on the outside, the Enigma machines looked like a huge, elaborate, oversized typewriter. The process of encrypting and decrypting messages using the Enigma machine involved typing in the first letter of a message on the keyboard, which will light up another letter indicating its replacement within the encrypted message. This process was reversed at the receiving end by typing in the ciphertext, and the letters that lit up would reveal the decoded message. The Enigma machine was built around 3 physical rotors inside the box, which transformed each letter input into a different one. The letter then passed through all 3 rotors, reflected off a reflector on the end, and passed back through all 3 rotors in the opposite direction. The output was displayed on a board that lit up with the encrypted output. The first of 3 rotors clicked around one position, changing the output even if the second letter input was the same as the first. When the first rotor had gone through all 26 positions, the second rotor clicked around, and when it had gone through all 26 positions, the third rotor did the same. This resulted in over 17,000 different combinations before the encryption process repeated itself. To add to the scrambling, a plug board was used to swap pairs of letters between the main rotors and the input and the output. Early models allowed for up to 6 pairs to be swapped, but the later models pushed it to 10 and added a 4th rotor. Prior to the war, in the 1920s, 3 Polish mathematicians were the first to break the Enigma cipher. Using a bomba machine in 1938, they supplied valuable pre-war information from these simpler Enigma cipher techniques than when they attempted to break the code by hand. Over the next 2 years, Turing studied mathematics and cryptology at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. After receiving his PhD from Princeton University in 1938, he returned to Cambridge, and in 1939, the day after World War II began, Turing signed up with the Government Code and Cipher School, a British code-breaking organization. Bletchley Park was set up to decode encrypted German messages, some of which had been encrypted using Enigma machines. Conceived by legendary computer scientist Alan Turing, the bomb machines changed the course of World War II, saving millions of lives. Enigma machines typically change their settings every 24 hours. Every day, there were billions of possible combinations, and in the beginning, the staff at Bletchley Park worked around the clock to attempt at breaking the settings by hand. This was slow, painstaking work, and so Alan designed the bomb machine to speed up the decryption process by a huge degree. Alan Turing was tasked with breaking Enigma messages at Bletchley Park after the Polish bomba was rendering obsolete due to German operating procedure changes and the addition of extra wheels. Turing's method relied on comparing patterns of encrypted messages and known portions of plain text, known as cribs, to break the key. This was made possible by the fact that no letter could be represented by itself in an enciphered message. Turing realized that his method could be automated, and so he took his time in creating the bomb. With the help of Gordon Welchman's diagonal board, which reduced the number of false positives, the bomb's throughput increased dramatically. The first bomb, named Victory, began code breaking on March 14, 1940. By the end of the war, 211 bomb machines had been deployed, and almost 1,676 women and 263 men were involved in their operation. The bomb's task was to discover the daily key, the wheel order, the wheel settings, and a plugboard configuration to enable the deciphering of 3,000 to 5,000 Enigma messages intercepted each day. Some keys could be broken in just a few hours, while others remained unbroken. Speed was always crucial in this endeavor. The success of Turing's work was not limited to breaking the Enigma code. He also contributed to the development of the Colossus, the world's first electronic computer. Colossus was used to break the Lorenz cipher, which was used by the Germans for high-level communications. This was a major achievement, as the Lorenz cipher was considered to be more secure than the Enigma machine. Yet, Turing's work during World War II was not without controversy. He was homosexual, and his sexual orientation was considered a crime in Britain at the time. In 1952, Turing was convicted of homosexuality and forced to undergo chemical castration. He committed suicide in 1954 at the age of 41. It wasn't until 2009 that the British government officially apologized for the way Turing was treated while he was alive. Despite the controversy surrounding his personal life, Turing's contributions to the war effort were crucial. His work in code breaking helped shorten the war and save countless lives. The methods he developed for breaking the Enigma code and the development of the bomb and the Colossus laid the foundation for modern computing and cryptography. Turing's legacy is still felt today, and he is considered to be one of the greatest mathematicians and computer scientists of the 20th century.
It is called the Enigma machine, the diabolically clever device used by the Nazis to code top-secret messages. The Enigma machine and the man who broke its code are the subject of a new movie. And right now, our story from Anthony Mason.